more portable device and have been putting stuff on my home. So we very much know that we're going to use the home device ecosystem more at home, and that device ecosystem also moves with you. The wireless internet is only the TV consumption in terms of common platforms, more common platform and SDKs that allow you to develop all kinds of new content that peer-to-peer more and more what I would say getting out of prison. It's not the peer-to-peer and the BitTorrent that we're talking about, the mechanism of people peer that is well used to distribute video and actually have people even more participate in this social and community experience. And it's sort of moving out of the cell phone. And again, the iPad is very well recognized going to be a way to distribute video. And the high bandwidth experience, obviously the HD, that is very much the de facto format now, and I think this conference is in HD. And obviously the 3D that's coming up to a screen near you, and again, the TVs have started to be distributed now or actually sold. And actually this one, when you want to have a shared experience, is interesting. When will you be able to share an experience in 3D? That means that for a while you may not be able to share video on 3D, but you may be able to share your comments about your 3D video. Next slide. This is what I call the wrong evolution, and I have to thank Herko Heitinen at MIT to have sent me this. And basically this sees, or actually this represents in a very weird way what we're trying not to have. From the TV to the HD TV that starts having a lot of side information to tell you about what you're watching, to this very much ADHD TV where there's a lot of clutter. And while this may be fun for some type of content, it's very hard on the last slide or the last panel of this slide to really relate to what's on it. So yes, maybe you see what all your friends are watching. Maybe you can see everything that you wanted to watch on the same screen. Maybe you could add some comments that you see in the bottom, but is it really what you want to do? Next slide. So really, in our research and our work, what we're looking at is social TV solutions that will link people through stories and interactions, ratings, comments, that connect devices, the ecosystems, instead of having everything on that single screen. We have devices very close to share that experience around. And composing networks and a team of research where we want to be able to edge, not only what TV in terms of content and people, but also to use the power of the community. At the other end of the network, but for that in a lot of places there's usually more capabilities around you in terms of network than a lot of other things that you would have on a single network. So composing that and being social on the network side, on the device side and on people side is all like combining to create a better end-to-end system. Next slide. So this reader will go really fast. So the question is, what if convergence, which is the TV, the web, the social networks, the phone, and the PCs would lead to, next slide, created community and generated community programming. This is also a theme in our class. Again, this is the co-creation, but a co-creation of TV programming. We had a few trials, I would say a few experiments where we actually allowed people to record TiVo content for their friends. They would be able to see it with them or see it after they've watched it, but then would be able to share on this generated programming. And we actually were bold enough to infer that very soon, maybe the operator, the people who program you're going to watch over an evening, over a few days, would not be the usual programmers, but would be your friends on Facebook or a series of tweets. Next slide. The same convergence also creates a system of device, and on this I have to acknowledge the team of students at the lab created Extreme, which was a project in our class last year where they actually used the power of the phone and the TV very in a very good way, in a very fun way. Essentially, this allows an iPhone user to interact with the TV, where you see the different bands there, you see what you're watching, your friends are watching, some of the stuff that they like to watch with them. You can actually share that content with the phone when somebody is in a bus or is not close to you. And another good point of this, it used the accelerometer in a very nice way. When I was talking about clutter, you can see the main screen seems a bit cluttered in that one, but it's only when you hold the phone. If you put the phone down, the main screen pops up, so you go back to that lean back experience. So this was actually a very nice way of using the devices for what they're good at. And beyond this ecosystem of devices, we can think of even more. Next one. Next. So now you go from this, and now you say this is a composition of networks. And what's interesting in this one is that we see that the future of social TV is actually to allow people to consume that content wherever they are, and based on the capabilities of their wireless network or their wired network to actually still be able to participate in the experience. And as technologists, this is very important because when it uses well, it's important to create a challenge because we actually have to deal with all the problems of wireless network in terms of technology challenges, which is what I'm going to do next. Next slide. So the next slide, maybe I can start talking a little bit what's on it. Actually, what we are getting to our research is how to create all experiences. So we're looking at collaborative application, distribution architectures, network and device interconnection, more networking. Obviously, the class is there a problem with the next slide? We're not seeing it. I can still hear me. So anyway, I'm going to continue. I see myself in the room, so I'm probably still there. So anyway, I was saying our research is looking at collaborative applications and especially as regards the class that we have in Media Lab with Henry Holtzman. We also look at content distribution architectures. I'm currently on slide 17, if someone can make sure that we're all on the same one. And again, the network and device interconnectivity, like I mentioned, and green networking. And the green networking is very much about, I'm on 17, and about the way to use the edge and not to waste all the energy that we have in our different phones and PCs being lost into, instead of creating a social TV experience, just doing nothing. Next one, 18. And our research, again, because I'm part of the RLE, electrical engineering, our research also looks at how we can actually better transmit all that video, especially when it is a converged application. So not only that it has video, but it has a lot of web content. That web content may go to a television set in your room, but may go, again, to someone across the internet on a cell phone. So we want to look at better ways of doing that distribution. So we want to use video as another source of information. And if you looked at the title on the my slide design, it says network coding. It's actually one of the technologies we're using. We also recognize very much the importance of wireless for next generation video. So we're doing a lot of work on how to better enable wireless applications for video